Yes.
Ivan, tell us, you were talking about this community and how this community has come together so quickly to develop a response to these bushfires. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, I think the fire came so suddenly and so many people have been impacted in this area, and it has been really amazing how the community of Harcourt seems to have risen together to care for one another and really attend to people's immediate difficulties and start to think about the longer term difficulties.
When a person or people, a household, whatever it might be, comes to you, that element of working with them to figure out what they need rather than saying, oh, this is what we could do, but actually asking those questions and having that conversation. Can you tell me a bit more about that and what that looks like?
It's a period of crisis still at this point. What do they need? What are your immediate needs? What are your longer term needs? We want people to determine what's important to them and what they want to focus upon.
People are coming in and getting that immediate help, so that helps them to overcome their immediate distress and worry in getting those urgent things done really quickly.
What support have you been able to help people with when they come to you?
Immediate support to access all of the state and federal grants that are available, along with some privately funded grants and vouchers to meet those immediate needs. And a lot of it has also just been some emotional support, some time and a safe space for them to share their story, where they're at, and help them establish what they need.
The importance of that community relationship, building that trust with people when they are going through such personal challenges and such a shared community challenge. How important is that trust? How important is coming together as part of a community to help these people?
After a disaster, you've got so many people coming through, all of these amazing volunteers, all of these amazing services that sort of come in those early days, sort of phase out. And there's often a lot of support and promises made, but having consistency in who you're seeing, who you're talking to, helps you move through that recovery process.
As experts, how you're able to step in and help people with their understanding of the processes that might be relevant to them, or what they might need to do next, or maybe something they haven't considered doing to help themselves out. How are you able to bring your expertise into what their next steps might be?
Yeah, I think having worked in Rochester since the 2022 floods, one of the big things that sort of stood out was how long it takes to truly recover and to actually get home. And in speaking with residents in Harcourt and surrounds, with these optimistic ideas that they might be home in 6 months or 12 months, and trying to have that gentle conversation with them that it might not be that quick. What happens if it's longer? Can we talk to you about what accommodation options might look like for you if it does take 2 years rather than 6 months? Can you tough it out in a caravan in the winter, very cold winters out here, for a couple of years while your home gets rebuilt? Is that realistic? And also around the insurance side of things as well. The insurance companies may not be as forthcoming with realistic options for people and where they're going to live while their home's getting rebuilt. If it's been totally destroyed, the insurance companies might only provide 12 months worth of accommodation. No one's building a house in 12 months, especially not after a disaster when you're going to have high supply and demand for trades, supplies. It's going to take a really long time. So having those gentle conversations with people.
How important is it to be able to have financial counsellors on the ground straight away after an event like a bushfire?
It's so important. Being able to engage with residents in the impacted communities so quickly helps put out, I guess, probably not the greatest word, but spot fires, potential issues that might pop up with whether it's their insurance company or getting their water tanks cleaned. That's things that we can try and advocate for in the background, whether it's with council, whether it's with the insurers, whether it's with the local water authority. We can do some of that advocacy, and if we're there from the get-go, we're able to establish those relationships with the residents, with the community, to understand those needs and those issues.
And are you able to talk a bit about, alongside individuals and families and households, some of the support you're able to give to businesses, particularly, in Harcourt with small or micro businesses, sole traders and the like, what they might be experiencing and what help you're able to give them?
Sure. Look, many people that we're in contact with have had not just their homes, but often their businesses destroyed as well. So that's a, kind of doubly compounding impact for them. We're working with people to try and help link them in with financial counsellors, help them accessing any grants that might be available for primary producers or sole traders.
Just after Christmas, so we just started really getting very busy after the Christmas break. We'd worked right up to Christmas and it was going pretty well. The mini golf course was ready to play and we were having lots of people through. And then after Christmas we just had families coming, often from Bendigo but from all over the place, that have been waiting until the school holidays to come. So we were doing a roaring trade. We were selling cornettos, hand over fist, and rainbow paddle pops are always very popular, we find. And I was out having to restock every night for probably a week before the fires hit. So then we suddenly had no income whatsoever, and I just put a huge amount of money into this gorgeous golf course here. And that was a big shock. So I put a sign out on the Thursday saying it's too hot, we're shut Thursday, Friday, I'll see you on Saturday. And then we didn't see anyone on Saturday because the fires came on Friday. So yes, I went from thinking I'll start recouping and get some cash flow to zero cash flow, and definitely no recouping the costs of what I put in. And as a sole trader, I don't have a partner, it's just me, so it was a big deal. Yeah.
You've mentioned that this is a long road ahead. What kind of supports will Anglicare Victoria be able to offer in the more longer term?
We know that recovery is not a linear process. It takes turns and goes in different directions, and things will be appearing along the way for people that they might not have thought of.
They need consistency in who they're dealing with so that they're able to frame their thoughts, remember things, know that that person I've seen 6 times in the last week was the person who was going to help me do X, Y and Z.
Anglicare Victoria's recovery support program will be working with the Harcourt community for the coming year. We're keen to continue working here and helping people recover from the fires. In addition to this, Anglicare Victoria's other existing services will continue as per usual.